Hello everyone and welcome back to Global Spec Racing, round 2 for Tier 2 here at the Hungarian. The last race's winner beaten that currently out of the session. That might put a wrench into things. And I'm joined by GSR Raptor. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. After watching the F1, great race, and hopefully we have another race here.
Yep, we all really hope the same as well. And as the stream started, you probably saw Utah Elephant spinning out, which anytime I put the camera on him, it seems that he spins, so I'll just stay away from him the entire race. But MK Boy in his home Grand Prix has put himself up to P5, almost a full second back from Mahoney, but pretty good for him.
Dave is coming into the pits.
Yep. And McLaren seem to be a dominant forces today already, with them being put first and third with CMA Mahoney, or C Mahoney, and P1 and Bianchi and P3, who both have very eventful races, not exactly the good way though. Do you think they'll be in contention for victory today?
Yeah, of course. It depends how their setups does in the race, of course, as well. The two McLarens might only have one lap pace, so we'll have to wait and see.
Alright, I was just checking the stream. Your audio is included, so we've made some good progress. Very good progress indeed. But yeah, so like I brought up in the beginning of the stream, last race's winner, Beatnik, is currently P14, didn't set a lap, DNF'd out of qualifying. Do you think that this could really affect the race? Because like starting in the back in any kind of race puts you in, gets you more susceptible with front wing damage, and that is PMB being spun around.
Unlucky for P&B. Of course, starting from the back is not ideal at all. But it's better than starting in the mid-pack. Sometimes mid-pack's probably the most dangerous place to start in a league race with cars all around you. One person makes a mistake could cause 10 cars to have damage. You don't know.
Yeah, as we saw in Tier 3, we saw 5 cars get involved in an incident that only started with one person spinning out. So, in the midfield, you have to be really alert and aware, or else you're gonna find yourself with wing damage easily. As Shazam, one of the reserves, was set to 16-0 for Tier 2. Well, of course he's Tier 2, but he's a Tier 2 reserve. Joined the server just yesterday, hoping to get some good results, get full time on a team. I'll enable the details and tires and stuff like that. There we go. PMB currently on a finished P2 for the second time in a row in the Tier 2 British Grand Prix. Yesterday has actually finished P2 for his last 3 starts in a row. When do you think that one's gonna come, Raptor? Do you think it'll be today or sometime later?
We'll have to see what he does on this lap now. If it's a good lap, gets him to the top of the timings. I'd say it's a good shot at it.
Yeah, PMB has proved for his Tier 2 starts last pretty much all of this season so far for all one race we've done. He can contend up front, so maybe we'll see that today as coming through the final 2 corners where we'll see PMB be put up. Good exit here could define an entire lap, through invalidation or not. With DRS open, PMB is going to move up to P6 right ahead of GSR Thrasher. As the Mercedes back there, I'm not sure who, that was M&K Boy starting a lap. Home Grand Prix for him, hoping he could do really well for his home fans. Bro 9295 was also supposed to have his home Grand Prix today, but had connection issues going into the race, unfortunately. As
the top 2
Hissy's actually... As Hissy's continuing a lap right now, what were you saying?
The top 2 very far ahead of P3 and back. 4 tenths to the gap between P2 and P3, and then there's only 1 tenth between P1 and P2. So it looks like it might be only a 2-horse battle for pole position here, unless people behind have had a mistake in their lap and could definitely improve.
Yeah, and I haven't even brought up 8 F1 Master yet because 8 is actually a Tier 3 driver who's won the last 2 consecutive races for Tier 3. And right now, he's already showing himself. He's P2 right now. He has a chance of taking pole if he can ace a lap. That would be very interesting to see a Tier 3 driver just completely destroy everybody.
Won't be in tier 3 that much longer, I guess.
Yeah, probably not. But Bianchi was on a lap, though, only 8 thousandths off the previous lap of the purple sector 2, so we could see that McLaren overtake his teammate for pole position. And for the 11 viewers that are currently watching, thank you for that. But anyways, back to the McLaren. Coming off the final penultimate corner onto the final corner. I don't know the corner names, I don't know what numbers they are. Sorry about that, but anyways, DRS activated. And he will go P1 by almost half a tenth. But Davis is 2/10 up too. He went wide there, but did not invalidate. That did get a pretty bad exit off the final corner though. Didn't have the right line, but does improve by 200ths and keep cheaper tires.
8 F1 Master starts his lap.
Yep, if we could see Aid take pole, that would definitely be quite the sight. I guarantee all the admins will be eyeing him up, promoting him to tier 2. But one concern I have about promoting him though, like I was bringing up and people probably know, like there's not many people to demote from tier 2 because they're all fast enough as he sets up purple sector 1. But all these guys are fast enough to be in tier 2, so it's kind of hard to say who should be demoted.
MK Boy didn't set the best lap. Locked up twice in the final sector when I was on board with him.
Yep, and PMB retires from P6, so that could change depending on anyone behind sets faster laps. There's also PFL Solberg going out of the session. But anyways, through the final 2 corners, 8 F1 Master has purple sector 1. I'm not sure if he had a purple sector 2 or not, was not looking at that.
He's 1/10 up on his time. I think this is going to be a cool lap.
Could see a pole here. DRS activated. Where will it put him? He will go P1 113.9. Almost 2 full tenths ahead of Bianchi.
That is a great lap on him.
And anybody almost loses it on. GSR Hamilton's actually gone up to P4. I didn't even see that.
Thrasher down in his time, but not by much. So let's see what he can do in his final sector. He gets all out of shape and that's going to mess up his lap.
Probably. Utah Elephant, after retiring in the late stages of the race, causing that safety car in the British Grand Prix last weekend, looking to improve his lap, maybe get off the back road of the grid, and crashes into the pit road barrier. This again proves my point that anytime I put the hammer on Utah Elephant, he's always going to crash, so, I mean, yeah.
Just waiting for Striker, and there we go.
Yep. So now we'll go over qualifying for the Hungarian Grand Prix in Tier 2. Last race of the weekend. Hopefully because it's a good one. 8 F1 Master Tier 3 driver gets pole by 182 thousandths. Absolutely flying. Bianchi and C. Mahoney and the 2 McLarens, P2 and P3. GSR Hamilton gets P4 with a 114.6. Davis 5/10ths off, or 4/10ths off, excuse me, with the 14.7. M&K Boy PMB 05 get P6 P7. GSR Thrasher, PFL Solberg, and Alabama Outlaw will round out your top 10. We got quite the grid for this race.
Solberg and Alabama Outlaw both on mediums as well, so let's see what they can do with that strategy.
Yep, and Solberg and Alabama Outlaw are one of, I'd say, 4 or 5 drivers that will be starting on a tire that isn't in softs. So we'll see how this happens here. And yeah, 8F1 Master actually won this race yesterday in the Tier 3 Grand Prix. People in chat are saying he's sandbagged. I mean, you can have your own opinions, but today he's proving that he's Tier 2 worthy today. And depending on his pace, maybe even Tier 1.
P&B has
Yeah.
some strong words about that anyway.
Yep. Chat is definitely going off about that. Anyways, as we have everyone ready up, and we'll go over our two favorites for this race so far. Wait the 20 seconds. We have, I think, 4 reserves, I believe. 8F1 Master, and Shazam, Lafrat, and Joseph. Joseph should have been in the race. Should have been a full-time driver, but unfortunately did not get his time trials in time as we're readied up. And I'll start with my favorites for the formation lap right now. I'm going to start off, mine first one's probably 8F1 Master. In Tier 3 he's shown that he has excellent qualifying pace and race pace, but also he's on pole right now, so he's automatically a favorite for a win. So, yeah. But my second favorite, that's a tough choice, but I think I'm going to have to go with C. Mahoney. Last race he was absolutely flying, and unfortunately got caught up in a lot of incidents. But hopefully today we can see him capitalize, starting from P3 today. Now, Raptor, who are your picks?
I'd go with PFL Solberg starting in P9 with those medium tires. See what he can do with the strategy. You can see the predicted pit stops. And PMB, we know he has good pace and showed that getting the last few races podiums. See if he can do it again.
Yep, and all 4 of our picks definitely have a shot of winning today. But Tier 2, anything can happen. And GSR, anything can happen. And Tier 4 was very chaotic and almost dirty, but it definitely proved that. And there's a Haas getting the formation lap done as quickly as possible. That was Davis. There's a predicted pit stop strategy at lap 7, or not, through 9, you can pit onto the, or you could start on, I think that, I didn't see the tire there, but yeah. So as everyone forms up right now, everyone's probably very tense right now, as we anticipate, hopefully, a good race. And PMB has some choice words about aid in the chat. Definitely not too happy. Something might have happened between them in qualifying. I'm not sure when it might have happened. I did not see anything myself. But there'll probably be a ticket after the race anyways. Anyways, and GSR Hamilton's lagged out anyways. 4 lights, 5 lights. It's lights out and away we go.
Oh no. Oh no.
That, and lights out in the back. That was a very weird lag. 8F1 Master has a jump start penalty. I am confused, but that is C. Mahoney already being punted by somebody in the back there. There's a Haas spinning around this GSR Thrasher in the back. 2 people lagged out right now. But yeah, PMB provisionally up to P2 right now. I'm not sure what happened with GSR Hamilton and all that. I am very confused, if I say so myself. But I think on track is I'm at McLaren 1-2.
Yeah.
I'll invite
Guernsey Wi-Fi.
I'll invite, yeah, probably. I'll invite GSR Hamilton back. Hopefully I don't miss anything. Okay, if I can spell, that would be appreciated.
I think Alabama Outlaw is lagging.
Yep, and PMB with the, there's a pit stop strategy. That is something that is completely useless to us right now, so we do not need that. But PMB trying to hold off Davis and 8F1 Master, who 8 actually has to serve a drive-through for a jump start. And here comes Davis to the inside in the final corner.
Look at that fastest lap by Harrison. Unbelievable.
Oh, 4 seconds. What a blistering lap. What in the world? Alright. Anyways. Close on track right now. It's Utah Elephant and Shazam. Shazam's actually moved up a lot and he's in the grass. Now make him lose 2 positions. Alabama Outlaw will gain on him. Actually, Hissy and him are side by side going into turn 2. Hissy's gonna lock the brakes to try to get by. Bama's gonna do the switchback. And Hissy is through.
He runs very wide. This could give Davis an opportunity. But Davis won't make a move in this part of the track. This is the smartest place to make a move.
And Utah Elephant is up 9 spots right now. He has flown up to start. And the person who's lost the most positions at least was Ada Formmaster, obviously, being 16 spots down from pole position.
It was very unlucky for him.
Yep. And again, AWS with the pit stop strategy as very useless. We do not need that. But PMB getting very loose. That setup might be really affecting him right now. Because any curb you touch at this track, it snaps. Yep, here he comes. Will Utah Elephant have anything to say about this battle if these two collide? Going into turn 1.
Seems like PMB's running a bit less downforce. Seems like he has a bit more speed on the straights.
Yeah, on the penultimate corners as well, it's very clear. You can see how loose this car is getting. And as Mercedes spun, that is M&K Boy's home Grand Prix. That really sucks for him. Yellow Sector 1, I believe that was probably for him. What a shame for him. I'm gonna turn down my master volume real quick. Don't mind me. It's by 1. Anyways, yeah, Yellow Sector 1 has beaten Nick out of the session.
Championship leader.
Now, if anything could have helped Ada Formmaster or PFL Solberg more, it was probably that. Wow.
What has happened to Beatnik?
I'm not sure. He qualified almost dead last, is now gonna finish dead last. That is not what the championship leader needed, especially when PMB 05.
I think he's got spun out.
Maybe he did.
Because you don't usually crash there. Unless he got all out of shape on the corner and just goes into the barriers.
Cheeb and pretty much entire top 6 are going to take the opportunity to pit. Shazam 50 on 2-lap old mediums is going to stay out. Hopefully his strategy will work to the end of the race. And I believe Hissy stays out too. He's also on mediums. Same with Lafrat and Stryker and Alabama. And a few. Harrison wants another invite. I already did, but I believe he might need a European to host this lobby. I feel like that might be the issues with lag. We'll try it next week, but sorry to anyone who cannot get in.
Yeah, there's a lot of Europeans in this.
Yeah, being from North America doesn't not help at all. So, yeah. And Stryker and Frat are side by side, and they maybe collide. Unsure, maybe he's just being cautious.
Harrison's invite did not come through.
Okay, I will invite him again. If Harrison is watching this, he could join off my profile. That's very possible. I'm just saying, I believe Harrison might have the fastest lap 1. I mean, that 4 seconds. It's a blistering lap.
Yeah, not that fast to be honest. I think somebody's gonna beat that.
McKay boy.
What's happened there?
Not sure. I believe Thrasher might have ran into the back of him. The penalty system when it comes to collisions out of safety car is really bad because if you hit somebody.
Yeah, as we saw with Beatnik last weekend, didn't even touch him, got a penalty.
Yep. So the people who stayed out are in the top 7 right now. Shazam, Hissy, Lafrat, Stryker, Bama, Cameron, and Joseph. Joseph started P18. And yep, here comes Thrasher to the pits. I assume to serve the stop go. Unless he might be or might be repairing his wing.
Was it an MNK boy that got the penalty?
Oh, it was. Yeah.
Sorry. I think he was on. Thrasher was on the softs, so I think he just wanted to get off those tires.
Yeah. conserving the soft tires for the end, I presume. That's probably after this lap we'll be going into the pits. So, originally a battle on track is between Bianchi and GSR Hamilton, but he has not joined back. So, we'll see. I'll invite Harrison again. Doesn't work, I don't know what to say. I might have to join off my name. Yeah, so the battle for the lead on track right now, if you exclude Harrison, who's lagged out unless he joins back, is BFG, C Mahoney, and PMB 05. Could this be PMB's day?
Well, we have to wait and see.
Yep, from P11 on new hards, hoping to go to the end, and yep, here comes the safety car in. Shazam's first start, and same with the Frats. They are currently P1 and P3 right now, hoping to gain some good results here. And we'll see how much Shazam will hold up the field. And that is Emma Cable with the second penalty for collisions.
And
Bama gets
Alabama
one
as
for
well.
a collision. Yep.
Oh, there's a big
And
front wing damage.
When will he
I think
go?
that was for the racing point.
And
I'm
Bama
not
gets
too sure.
disqualified for going the wrong way.
I don't
I'm
think
unsure
he
what happened
has.
there, but we are
He is.
off. And here comes
Oh,
Stryker
no.
to the inside of the front.
Oh no. What
Yeah, that
happened
is not good. But Beef Cheeb and Cameron.
Oh.
Beef Cheeb's are.
Okay.
Beef Cheeb is already making his way through the field, gotten past 2 old tire cars already. And Mahoney's probably going to do the same. PME's already gotten by someone as well. That was probably Bama. Just got DQ'd for some reason. And there's Mahoney by the lagged out Harrison. Now his next target is Joseph. Probably legal overtake actually, just lets him by. He's side by side with PMB. I didn't even see that. But Mahoney stays by. It's Cameron with the first penalty of the race, is a 3-second time penalty. And Mahoney's already seems to be off.
And Harrison is back in.
Yep. That'll be good for him because he's on track right now. He is P2 unless PMB passes him, and he has just done so.
And Davis. And
made-
Mitchell Elephant.
And everybody. But I made sure to increase the AI difficulty level. Not that that's something drastically high, but just to make sure no one would get completely screwed out of positions. And here comes B Cheap to the inside, and another person who stayed out under safety car. That will be Stryker. And B Cheap is now through. Utah
Yellow
Elephant, side by
flag.
side. Ooh, and that might be for AF1 Master, and it is, but Cable locked up. Trying to defend from Utah Elephant, and that is Solberg barging his way through. He'll make it work. MK Boy trying to impress his home fans here, and as Solberg gets a 3-second time penalty defending from him. Davis getting really close to the back of PMB as well, and that is Lafrat with a 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings. Definitely won't be the last one of the race for all these guys. But Stryker has glitched tires, and there's yellow sector 1 for absolutely nothing. Thanks, game, appreciate it. But now BG getting really close to Lafrat.
Oh,
Solberg.
That was very. They hit wheels. Utah
Ooh,
Elephant
and here comes Solberg
struggling.
to the inside. And Utah Elephant gets hit off, I believe. I cannot tell from that camera angle. And again, yellow sector 1 for no reason. But Beepchee's past Lafrat. And Joseph and Mahoney are side by side. Mahoney finally gets by Joseph. And PMB will be taking note of that. There's yellow sector 3. I believe might have been for GS or Aid. Aid is not having a good race at all. From pole position to dead last after his jump start. But Hissy's actually up the P2. He's one of the drivers that stayed out after the
And
safety
that's
car
MNK
came
boy.
out.
Oh, that's a big crash.
Oh
MNK boy. Oof. Over.
my god.
He went over.
Yeah, I
What
caught the end of that. And that's Utah Elephant spun out too. Was he involved in that? I'm unsure.
He was, yeah, I was on board with Utah Elephant, and M&K boys' car was ghosting or something, and they made contact, and it,
And Utah Elephant
M&K
has
boys'
retired.
car, M&K boys' car went on top of Utah Elephant's car, and yeah,
Well,
that was that.
MNK Boy flips in his home Grand Prix. Definitely not what he would want. I assume it not, at least. But anyways, we'll have to pay more attention to the front of the field. Mahoney is close to Striker in striking distance. A Striker, get it? Funny joke, I know. Anyways, with DRS, Mahoney trying to overtake Striker and the Ferrari. Will he make it work? He puts overtake on. Striker has it on too, trying to defend. And he'll try a dive. Striker leaves the room. Respectful racing between these two. And he's off. But PMB has gotten by Davis, actually. And Davis loses a bunch of time to him. PFL Solberg might get by him too. No, he will not. But PMB's gotten close to the back of Cameron now. Who's probably struggling, or at least starting to struggle and lose grip on those old medium tires. Sends a bit, might have been a warning. And Cameron clips the curb a bit, might have unsettled the rear end. Beeb Cheeb getting awfully close to the back of Hissy in the Mercedes. Currently, Hissy's the only one carrying the Mercedes team and the constructors after MNK Boy's unfortunate crash just earlier. But now, Beeb Cheeb with DRS solely have the better straight line speed. Really try to go after him and overtake. Hissy going defensive, but Hissy also has DRS too. I see Beeb Cheeb might be conserving his ERS. Definitely closes up on him though. And here comes PMB to the inside. Cameron, one of the others on old tires. That is 3 wide. Davis, PMB, and Cameron. That might be some contact in the back. We're still 3 wide. And PFL Solberg, out of nowhere, gets through that entire train. What? Insanity. But will PMB try anything with Cameron? Yes, he is. But will Cameron try anything? Or PMB, excuse me, on Cameron, who tried passing in turn 1, but obviously that did not happen. And Davis has actually gotten passed by GSR Hamilton after that attempted pass, and Davis gets 3-second penalty as I see it. And actually GSR Hamilton's gotten really close to the back of PMB now. Will he try anything into the next corner? We saw some huge dives in every tier so far in this corner up here coming up. Will we see any? I believe not. But with DRS, I believe PMB with the better straight line speed might get by Cameron, especially with the help of ERS as well. We'll see. Coming up final corner. Actually, GSR Hamilton might pass PMB here. But it's all up to the setup and see. PMB going defensive in the turn 1. Trying their absolute hardest. They collide a bit. By going into turn 1, PMB trying to hold P9. It's gonna hit him off a bit. I don't think he got hit him off. I think he made him go wide. But anyways, and PMB's gonna fight back, and that's more contact. That was a very, very close moment. This gives opportunity to Davis to fight back too. And I believe nothing will be tried here. And Davis really using as much of the track limits as he can. And Joseph, there's actually a bit of a train going on for P5 now. Striker's holding him up a bit. Striker in the Ferrari, Joseph and Williams and PFL Solberg and Alfa Romeo. Joseph trying to get every inch he can, try to get by the Ferrari. And Striker goes a bit wide. Joseph has to let off. Joseph goes wide. He's by Solberg, and Cameron's by Joseph as well. Joseph might actually spun. He's down to P11 now. That's Cameron with the 3-second penalty. But now it's all up to Solberg to get by Striker, who now they're well more 6 seconds back from Mahoney. Coming out the final corner, DRS and probably overtake. Yep, he enables it. PFL Solberg's gonna try anything. Nope, he puts it back on mode 1. But here comes GSR Hamilton to the inside of Cameron. Easy move for him. He will make it work. but Solberg remains P6. Not for long, actually. Here they come in the turn 2. Solberg locks up, trying to get by him. Almost contact, but Solberg is now by. Now it's up to GSR Hamilton to follow Solberg and get by. And there's CA Mahoney by Hissy for P3. Hissy, Shazam are the two still ahead after staying out under that safety car. Seen some brilliant racing so far by these guys, but now Stryker is visibly holding up GSR Hamilton.
PMB gets a penalty.
Yep, that is 3 seconds for him. That is not going to help his chances at anything. And so with anyone else with penalties, this track is big with penalties. As we saw yesterday, V2 Combat thought he had the race one on penalties over F1 driver, but Ariel Cobra came out of nowhere to take that victory over him. But GSR Hamilton with DRS now. Stryker almost a sitting duck now. Will he try anything in the turn 1? There comes GSR Hamilton to the inside of Stryker. Stryker will go defensive. And it will not work. GSR Hamilton is through. Now it's up to him to catch Solberg. GSR Thrasher is on about 5 laps old, younger mediums than Joseph is. We could probably see these two having a bit of a battle coming up here. The two Haas's currently sitting. Nope, I jinxed him. Here he goes. He spins around in the chicane, and he'll probably lose. He loses P13, maybe P14 if he doesn't get fired back up. He will be fine. Unfortunate for him.
Very unfortunate.
Yep. And now PMB is now caught up to the two on older tires, Cameron W120 and Stryker. PMB, will he have enough ERS on the straight to take advantage of this? We'll see as
Mahoney pits.
Mahoney pits from he'll go to the mediums. That's Shazam with the penalty. But
he's changed his front wing.
I'm not sure where he got that damage from. Might have been from Hissy or Shazam. But anyways, Davis got really close to the back of PMB there. Fancied to move into turn 1, but did not make it happen. Stryker is visibly struggling on his however lap old mediums. I'm not sure if he's even pit yet. He has not. So we started the race on this compound, and so has Cameron. So both of them are probably struggling just as much. While PMB is on 9 lap old hards, and so is Davis, and they're probably saying, "Get out of the way! I want this position now." They're probably very frustrated in the car, but it's all about patience at a truck like Hungary where overtaking opportunities are scarce.
GSR Hamilton closing up to Solberg now.
Yep, will he take advantage with DRS now? On the front straight, Solberg will not have it, but Harrison also is using the overtake button. Into turn 1, we could see a move here. He might try a dive, and he will to the inside. And Solberg tries to switch back, but they collided a bit, and it will not happen. Between this train back here from 6th to 9th, nothing has really changed in positions. PMB trying something on Cameron.
He's gonna send it.
Yep, and they'll remain side by side in this next corner. Bit of contact. PMB gets hit off. And Cameron lets him through, and that brake checked Davis. Because Cameron was trying to let PMB through, and now Davis, major wing damage. He will 100% have to pit. And now he's going to be letting Joseph...
Very unlucky.
Yes. And now Davis will almost certainly have to let Joseph and Lafrat through behind. 8 F1 Masters gotten by Thrasher. Ade trying to recover at least back up to the top 8 maybe. Just points in general. And yep, there goes Davis falling down the order. Fortunate for him. Lafrat and Joseph might have a bit of a battle brewing coming up here. Both these two are making their debuts in Tier 2 this season, at least. So, we'll see maybe a battle brew between these guys. But now PMB, after getting by Cameron, he's still going to have to deal with Striker. And with DRS, PMB might not be close enough, but Joseph and Cameron wheel to wheel. And that is Lafrat through. And I meant Lafrat earlier, not Cameron, excuse me. And with DRS, I think Lafrat is gone now. Actually, Joseph is sticking with him. Will he someone to the inside? He'll think better of himself and stay P10.
Now they're coming up on Cameron. If Cameron holds up the trap, this could give Joseph 2 positions.
It very well could. Racing Point comfortably in P8 and P9 right now, though. Could be a decent Constructors' Day for them. Bit better than last weekend. But PMB's all over the gearbox of Striker. He's really wants to get by now and start attacking Hissy, who's on 15 lap old medium, started the race in the compound. Into this corner right here. Will PMB send one? He is going to. Striker leaves the room. PMB cannot get the traction off the corner, though. He's going to try it again, though. Unfortunately, will not work out for him. He will have DRS on the next straightaway.
We should get him here. The plus DRS.
Yep, with DRS.
This should be an easy enough move. Not much overtake.
Yep.
But he does get the move done.
Going into turn 1, and he'll be fine. He'll have DRS on this next straight too, so he should be okay. Striker tries to remain side by side with him. It will not happen though. Anyways, Thrasher got really close to the back of C. Mahoney after having to get a front wing repaired. And with Mahoney's pit stop, that is 8F1 Master in P11 right now. So we could see him recover back up the points, which would be excellent for him. And Striker currently falling back now. Will probably fall into the grips of Cameron. Enters an exchange for the lead, or P2, excuse me, going on right now. It's between GSR Hamilton and Shazam. And they'll be A-OK right now. And Joseph with a 3-second time penalty. Not good for him.
Striker up behind PMB.
Yeah, PMB lost the rear end out of the penultimate corner. Striker may actually try a move into turn 1. It depends if he'll have enough straight line speed heading into the corner.
He's not deploying his overtake.
And he really thinks about the move. PMB leaves him the room though.
PMB looks like he made a mistake in the braking zone and gives Striker
and Cameron all over the back of the Williams.
Ooh. Now we're gonna have a little bit of a train here.
Yep, and now Lafrat and Joseph have got this train. 8F1 Master actually up in this train too, probably the fastest car in
PMB goes
the race.
down the inside of Striker. Nice move for him.
Yep, and Joseph and 8F1 Master were side by side. They're still side by side, continuing to make contact, and that's 8 into the grass, compromised his corner entry. 8 will remain in P11, but he will not be happy about that. Now Striker is going to be holding up Cameron and Lafrat in the 2 racing points. It'll be up to those 2 to get by. And that's yellow sector 2, and that's a Haas. That's Thrasher. But on the same spot he did a few laps ago. Thank you for all 22 that are watching right now. Really appreciate it. Anyways, but not a good day for Haas right now though. I'm not sure if Davis pit earlier for a wing change or just new tires. Either way.
He pit for the wing change because of the brake check he got.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Haas not gonna have a good Constructors' Day today. As it stands right now, 0 points. A safety car really shake things up. Davis would be helped out loads by that.
Striker spins PMB nearly.
Very close. And that's Cameron with the opportunity to... And actually Lafrat might have the opportunity to go to the inside, very close to the gearbox. And now 8F1 Master is caught back up to this train. 8 might actually try a move in the... Nope, he lets off for it. Smart move by him. And Mibchi, as it stands right now, is absolutely gapping the field. At least GSR Hamilton and Bianchi are, that is. Looks like they're going to take the victory. But the battle for P7 right now is very interesting. And
Not
Davis
gonna
is
lie.
3-second
Not gonna lie, it looks like it could start raining.
Oh yes, a driver did bring that up before the race, and here comes F1 Master to the inside of Joseph. And Aid will make it work. He might actually get 2 cars within 3 corners. Yep, there's splashes of rain. It is starting to rain right now. This could really affect the end of the race. Remember, Tier 4 had similar conditions to this, and that ending was absolutely insane. The entire race was, that is. F1 Master in the Renault goes to the inside of the racing point of Lafrat. And there's more overtaking happening in the field.
The Sam
And
pits.
Joseph goes to the inside. New tires.
Maybe this is what
that-
Hissy and those are waiting for the rain to go into Inters or something.
Maybe that's a very smart strategy if that's the case. But PMB side by side with
Cameron
Cameron.
and PNB.
Oh, that's contact. And Cameron will secede the position to the Williams. Then this lets F1 Master catch up, so I'm now able to have to deal with Striker. Ada probably the fastest driver in the race, and Striker, at least on his the hard tires he started the race with, probably starting to struggle now. So Abel will probably be very mad that he's caught behind him.
PNB struggling.
I think everyone's gonna start to struggle once this rain hits.
Oh, PNB has a bit of a moment. This is gonna let Cameron have a chance. He also make the move.
He will think better of it this time. But F1 Master is definitely gonna have DRS, or at least more straight line speed than Striker. Coming onto the straightaway.
PNB.
And Cameron there might have been contact there. Oh no,
Cameron
that
just-
is
Cameron went very wide and messed it up. PNB
a lot of ghosting
lost
going
his
on
back
there.
end.
Now F1 Master going up to P6, Joseph going up to P9.
This is a great
Lafra
recovery
actually.
drive by the Aid F1 driver.
Mahoney takes 2 cars in 1 corner. Excellent maneuver by him. Overtook both the racing points. Stellar
Pressure
move.
pits.
But F1 Master currently behind PMB. I'm not sure who the faster car here is though. PMB on the hards, it may be Aid, depending on tire strategy. Now the Striker, no Shazam, might have spun out right there for yellow sector 2. Or 1, excuse me. But now see Mahoney
Inters
on
for
UME.
Trasher.
Is it too early?
I think so. We'll have to see how he does compared to everybody else.
Yeah, but I've always had this saying, if you pit really early and the strategy works, you look really smart. But if you pit early and it doesn't work, you look really stupid. So he's probably hoping he looks really smart right now. But F1 Master all over the gearbox of PMB. There will definitely have a move made into turn 1. PMB
He's losing
did not
time
get
to
the
M&K boy. So I think this strategy has not paid off right now. Lost a second in the last like 10 seconds.
Lafrat is now pit. Not sure what tire, and here comes
Oh, Trasher's out.
PMB, and that is gonna put a wrench into things.
Safety car.
Virtual safety car. F1 Master past
Trasher's had a
PMB. They
massive
had.
crash.
Has
He's
he?
got a massive crash.
Goodness. See the aftermath there. But now, this is probably where the drivers are going to have their time to think and reflect on everything right now, because GSR Hamilton and Bianchi are the 2. They're probably really hoping they get their strategy correct right now. Oh, and
PNB
PMB is ran into
What's
the
he
back
doing?
of F1 Master. That's 5 seconds stop go.
That is PNB's fault. No question in that. I think Aid F1 Master is just trying to knock over his Delta.
Yeah, we'll have to see about clips though, if he tries to appeal on it. I don't know, I only cut the tail end of that, so I'm not gonna say much. But PMB
Yeah.
might have to pit.
He's
And yeah,
struggling.
PMB massively, and here he comes
and
into
he's
the
in
pit lane.
pits.
Lafrat, as pit onto Inters, he is losing a ton of time to M&K Boy, who's in front of him. And C.
Cameron pits
Mahoney.
as well.
C. Mahoney in the faster car will not get by Joseph. Now 8 F1 Masters comfortably in P5 by over 2.8 seconds over the struggling striker. Good flow to it. Anyways, PMB and Cameron pit for intermediates. I am not sure that's the right strategy. And as the yellow sector as Lefrat spinning out on the intermediates, I feel like this is proving that the intermediates is not the correct strategy. But I mean,
Yes.
I don't
GSR
know.
Hamilton. 5 tenths between the leaders.
That is correct. Will there be a move made in turn 1? Coming off the final corner with DRS, Hamilton will need the better exit. And yep, we might see a move for the lead here. Going into turn 1.
He's going to send it. He does send it.
And Beep Cheap at the switchback. It will not work. He clips the curb and grass. He is through. GSR Hamilton at the P1. Hissy has now pit as well. Yellow Sector 2 is another racing point as Lefrat. And Cameron is losing almost a tenth every second. And if these guys pit into the intermediates, I don't know. I mean, the rain is getting heavier.
PMB struggling a very here. PMB spun.
Oh, he's spun. Well, he will not hit the wall. He will keep it off the barrier. People Solberg, 3 seconds for multiple penalties. Hissy and Mahoney have pit onto new tires as well. I don't know if this is. I don't get the strategy.
PMB struggling very much.
I mean, even if it starts raining later, I feel like it's gonna be too late. Those tires are gonna be way too hot. I mean, maybe he knows something that we don't about when the rain's gonna hit, and that's Yellow Sector 3. I don't know what that was for, but anyways, Hissy he's not gaining on this.
BG pits. Is he going on to Inter?
Well, he might be.
This could give Harrison the race.
I mean, once DRS gets disabled, that's normally a crossover period when you pit.
And it isn't. No, it isn't. He's going on fresh mediums.
We'll see if this is correct, but not sure. But this is gonna be 8 F1 Master, maybe up to P3, and it will be after being dead last on lap 1. 8 will be P3. And that's the Yellow Sector. It's a Williams. Will that be a safety car?
Oh, he's on the track. Oh, thank God for ghosting. He's on the whole track. Same place as Thrasher. Same type of incident, I'm guessing.
Oof. But now this gives GSR Hamilton the opportunity to win. Yellow Sector 1, that is Shazam out of the session.
Oh no.
Kind of massive incident. No safe. There's a VSC, but no safety car. I am honestly surprised that it wasn't a full course yellow. Or there is, but I was surprised there wasn't an actual safety car. And Lefrat, realizing the strategy might have been incorrect, has pit onto the soft compound. We will see if the rain gets heavier right as he pits. That'll be just very unlucky by him. But yep, and green flag is back out. DRS is enabled. I'm trying to look at the gap between Hissy and MK Boy and see if that gap closes, but it just isn't. Actually, you know what?
I think they're working.
I think Hissy and Mahoney have pit at the perfect time.
The driver, Harrison, looks like he's struggling. Striker pits for new hards.
Yeah.
No, not new hards. He's just getting in.
Striker gets a 5-second penalty.
Goes
But Hissy and Mahoney and Hissy have absolutely aced the strategy now. Because they are gaining time immensely. And yep, here comes MK Boy, Davis, and Striker coming out of the pits on new inters. Striker will he come out ahead of Hissy? He will. And now Joseph
going very slow.
He is. we could see a wacky winner come out of this race, and that's AF1 Master off from P4
Oh no!
or P3. Definitely not what he would want. And Striker trying to do everything he can. It goes up on Joseph to make sure he comes out ahead of him in pits. I believe if these guys pit, Striker will come out P3. Maybe P2 if Solberg would have a slow pit stop. But Harrison, Solberg, Bianchi, and probably Aid. Yep, it is Aid. They stay out. But Hissy is getting a considerable amount. These tires are almost a second a lap faster, probably even more. Well, probably not a second. But, this is a very weird period with the tire compounds. I don't know. And you can see the time Striker is gaining on. Yep, DRS disabled.
GSR is disabled.
Striker, Hissy, and Mahoney are probably in the best spot right now. Hissy will try one down the inside of Striker, because this could be for a podium or victory, depending on how this race shapes out. And I believe Joseph and the entire top 5 might have to take this as a sign. The pit right now, it's M and Cable in the pits, going for some brand new enters. I imagine Lafrat will probably be doing the same thing here soon. Currently one of few drivers are still on dry tires right now. But the battle for the win could be between Striker and Hissy. It depends how stop goes and penalties and how the pit stops in general are. Mahoney tries going one to the inside of Hissy. It will not happen.
Bianchi stays out.
Weird. And AF1 Master pits too. We'll see if Joseph does the same. And Hissy going to the inside of Striker. Hissy is through. And currently coming out of the pits is GSR Hamilton on new mediums. Where was the strategy called there? This might be PFL Solberg's win now. AF1 Master comes out of the pits. And he will be fine with Hissy. So, Bianchi and GSR Hamilton are probably on the incorrect strategies right now. Maybe the rain is getting lighter, and I'm just not seeing that. I'm not sure. But we'll see if Harrison and Solberg pit, or Bianchi. But there, you can see they're visibly struggling. Harrison lost a rear end out the chicane there. So Bianchi is going to be nearing the pit lane entrance right now. You can see he's struggling for traction on the 2-lap old mediums. I'm assuming he'll be pitting now. Yep, here he comes.
He does.
I assume Harrison will be doing the same thing. Yes, Solberg's already to the back of him. And being held up massively. And Harrison spun out in front of Solberg. No, my goodness. AF1 Master. I don't know, but AF1 Master could possibly be in position to win this, because that might have lost Solberg a ton of time.
Lafratovi is still on sauce, so if he crashes, there could be a safety car.
And AF1 Master has gained 2 seconds ever since Harrison spun in front of Solberg. So could we see a battle for the win between these two? I'll check their penalties. PFL Solberg has 2 penalties. That's 6 seconds. AF1 Master has 1. So I think A might have to be within 3 seconds. He's already doing that fine.
This is a great recovery drive by AF1 Master.
from dead last after getting the drive-through on lap 1 after that really weird glitch start. As yellow sector 2, so that's a Williams. That's Joseph with
That's a
the
race of
front
front.
wing lost. No, it was Joseph.
Oh, there's 2 people that went off.
No safety car though. It might be too late for a safety car. I'm not sure. And Beta F1 Master. Look how much time he's gaining.
Crasher has said he has clips of Harrison abusing track limits. Of course, he lagged out, so he can. I think there's a glitch where you don't get penalties.
Ooh, and that is Mahoney and Hissy making contact. Sorry to cut you off, but Hissy trying to stay in P4 right now. Down into turn 1. Mahoney will make a move here. And he is through. See Mahoney into P4. Now he'll chase on his teammate Bianchi to get a podium here.
Harrison left again.
I'll hit him another invite. I pray I don't miss anything. There's a lot I could be missing right now.
8F1 Master only 8/10 off Solberg.
This is F1 Master's win. This is probably one of the most brilliant recovery drives I've seen in this league so far. He has been in the back so many times after unfortunate incidents. This could be his race. And if he does win this, this is his 3rd start in GSR. It'll be his 3rd win. His first in Tier 1, or Tier 2, excuse me. And Solberg struggling in the wet conditions. Off the final corner. With no help of DRS, you have to rely on ERS, which he has a ton of, 90%. But so does Solberg. It's all up to straight line speed and setups now. Going into turn 1. He will not try going for a move. But with 5 laps to go, 8F1 Master still has plenty of time. And a trick like Hungry Patience is key, where once again, overtaking opportunities are very scarce. So you have to take advantage of anything that happens in front of you. In PMB, a brilliant sandbag. But yeah, this doesn't take away. And Solberg, 3rd penalty. I think 8F1 Master has to stay behind him. I don't know if 8 can risk it. I mean, because he has Bianchi catching behind him, though, so he might have to get a move on. Bianchi probably wanting to lead back. That he lost to GSR Hamilton and 8F1 Master. And going in into this next corner, here comes 8F1 Master to the outside of Solberg. It will not work. And this is letting Bianchi gain so much more time. 3/10, 4/10, 5/10 gain, 6/10. So much time is being gained by Bianchi. Off the final corner. Will we have better straight line speed? And that is 8F1 Master with a huge moment.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. That might lose him the race depending on how Bianchi decides to race him. But then again, PFL Solberg has a lot of penalties. What penalties does Bianchi have by question? He has 1 penalty, so him and 8F1 Master are equal in penalties. It is all up to 8F1 Master and Bianchi. This is the battle for the win right now. 2nd and 3rd. Solberg not liking his wet conditions one bit. He is visibly struggling compared to 8F1 Master. It's just a matter of when this move will be made. He had the opportunity in turn 12, I believe. That's the first time I've used numbers for corners. Striker with a time penalty in P6, trying to get by Hissy, who's currently pulling away from him. Davis gets a penalty. All these drivers are... Yep, all these drivers are pushing right now. Try to get as much as they can. This is probably the closest 8 has been ever since that last overtake. Or last attempted overtake, at least. Now through the final 2 corners. Bianchi only 1.3 seconds back from 8F1 Master. This is the battle for the win between P2 and P3. But if 8 could get by PFL Solberg, it would be a huge help to him. I don't think it's going to happen in turn 1 either. Unless he sends it. He will not. He'll think better of it. Maybe in a turn 2 if you can get the better traction. He does not get that either. And Bianchi watching this battle up in front, hoping they collide probably. Because you'll probably be held behind 8 F1 Master. Solberg did not have a good corner there. Aiden knows he has to go. He fancies a move. Solberg going defensive. He'll have to compromise his line. But it will still not be enough for 8 F1 Master to get by. Oh, this could be the mover for the race right here. 8 F1 Master and Solberg into the chicane side by side. Solberg not letting off one bit. 8 F1 Master will still be caught behind PFL Solberg. And now Bianchi is close up on this battle. It could be a matter of either 8 or Bianchi getting a penalty here. This could have let Mahoney gain some time, but I don't think it's going to be... There's not enough laps left for this, I think. So, with coming to 2 laps to go with Raptor, who do you think will come out with this victory? With 8 and Bianchi equal on penalties.
It's gonna be a tight one, but I think Bianchi is gonna get it. It depends once they get past Solberg if he'll be able to get past.
Yeah. 8 has had a massive troubles getting by Solberg, though Bianchi might have the same issues trying to get by 8 F1 Master too. Now 2 laps to go. Only a lap and a half almost remain in this race. Solberg trying to defend all he can. Maybe keep P1, hope they get 2 more penalties each. But as it stands right now, that's not going to happen. Yellow Sector 2 might have been for a Mercedes in the back or a Racing Point, unsure which car. But we remain racing, and here comes Bianchi with the better exit in Solberg, or 8 F1 Master, excuse me. And Bianchi lost a lot of time to 8 F1 Master on the exit of the chicane. That might have cost him the win, but 8 F1 Master's had massive troubles on the final corner. He's almost lost it twice. Most recently, the last lap, 1 lap ago.
Yeah.
Bianchi and Solberg. They're all right to their gearboxes. Ada and Solberg both go wide. Bianchi cannot capitalize on it though. Coming off the final corner for 1 more lap.
Here we go.
Here at the Hungarian for a very wet race. Has gotten much worse ever since the rains come down. This could be the move that Aid's been waiting for. Will he try one to the inside? He will not. He's very close to his gearbox. There could be something done in turn 1 maybe. And there could be.
Oh.
Solberg covers it off. And it's just not enough. There's just not enough room there for Aid to get by. And Bianchi's all over the back of the Renault. And Aid's gained a ton in turn 4 and probably turn 5. This in the final corner. I mean, turn 12 has been PFL Solberg's Achilles heel. Nothing will be done here. Could we see another tier 4 like finish where 8 F1 Master will try something to the inside of Solberg very late?
They all have very low fuel.
Oh, and Bianchi with a penalty. This is 8 F1 Master's win now. This is Aid's win. Here he comes to the
send it to the
outside. He's gonna try it. Solberg covers it off.
Oh!
Oh, and that's Aid with a massive moment. More contact between Bianchi and Aid. Well, Solberg coming out the final corner is gonna win on track, but it is all 8 F1 Master. Off of turn 1, he will take the checkered flag.
Oh. D. Mahoney gets on the podium as well by 2/10.
Very close between P3 and P4. Over Hissy. He'll put P5, Striker P6. Will he lose any positions to Davis? And Davis coming off the final corner will remain P7. Cameron, Racing Point, P8. Will stay P8. GSR Hamilton's Ghost will have to sell for P9, unfortunately. What a race, and what a finish. I will get
How's he won?
post drivers. That's definitely a timing glitch, or yeah, it might be a timing
Nah,
glitch.
he just won that. He was so quick. We all know
That
it.
the 4 second fastest lap, guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, it says here his fastest lap was a 29-minute 59.1.
Oh, that's quite strange. MK boy will stay P10
What
in
is
his home
this?
Grand Prix.
He
And
also set
Joseph
a
will take
33-minute lap time.
quite the fast laps there. I'll invite Aid and the entire top 3 into the party. At least the provisional top 3. Penalties could change that. Alright, Aid, make sure to include your audio. That was absolutely an amazing race after that safety car came out as well. But when it came out, you were dead last after a glitch start, I can only assume, but point is you were dead last after having server drive-through. Did you think your race was over? I'm assuming he has no mic.
Big F.
Not sure if you have a mic or not. Beeb Chief, do you have a mic by any chance?
I've got a mic, yeah.
Is that better?
Oh, alright, there we go.
Okay.
Alright, anyways, Aid, but yeah, that was a very eventful race from you. You were down to dead last after lap 1. Did you think your race was over?
I just knew just to never give up, really. I knew I had the pace, so I just needed to make clean overtakes, and results like that just come, really.
Yeah, and what happened on the start there, may I ask you, because you were P1 and got a jump start from something. Not sure what happened there.
Just nerves got the better of me a little bit at the start, but all that matters is I just came through, and I just got to say that was probably one of the greatest comebacks I've ever done on any race I've done on these games.
Very, very nice comeback from you. But, Raptor, do you have any questions for him?
No, not really, except I don't actually.
Alright. So, thank you, Aid. You may lead the party if you decide to. Now, BHG, make sure your audio is included. You can do that by going into the party menu.
Yeah, I got it, yeah.
Alright. So, yeah, quite the race as well. You stayed out on the meet when the rain come down. What were you thinking with that strategy call? Because me and Raptor were not thinking that was very smart.
Well, basically, I mean, I just wanted to win, and I just thought that was the way to go. I thought I could hold it out for one more lap, because I was asking Jeff, like, literally every single corner, like, tyre status, weather report, and then, yeah, I just thought, yeah, I just might as well just leave it out another lap, see if it worked. Didn't, but I mean, I realistically, at that point, my pace just wasn't quick enough in the second stint, so I needed to do something to try and win, and it was worth a shot.
Yep, and it definitely worked out for you at the end. You and AF1 Master were equal on penalties before you got your last one on the final lap, but you had an excellent battle with him. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was good. I almost had him on the penultimate corner on the last lap, actually, but I just didn't have the grip going around the corner. But it was a good race, yeah.
Yep, and that is all I have for you, unless Raptor, you have any questions for him?
No, not really. Just well done.
Nah, cheers.
Alright. Yeah, and you may leave if you want to. Now I'll invite C. Mahoney into the party, see if he'll join. If he doesn't, we might end it, end the stream. I don't think he's joining, I'll give him about a minute. But yeah, let's overview that race of it, because that was absolutely insanity. Very good race. I'm not sure what you thought of it, but I thought it was an excellent race.
Yeah, it was a crazy race with the rain coming in, overtakes, um, crazy battles in the midfield with P&B, Solberg, Cameron, and those.
Yeah, and one thing I kept taking notice too was 8F1 Masters comeback all the way after his drive through penalty on the P18. Came all the way back to P1, take the race victory. Absolutely insane comeback.
Yeah.
Alright, so C. Mahoney is not joining the party, so I think we're just gonna end it here. Thank you all for tuning in. I saw a peak viewership at 23 today. Thank you for tuning into Tier 2 and seeing the amazing racing here at the Hungarian. And next week we'll be heading to Baku for both tiers for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. That'll be Tier 4's third race on Fridays at 4:45 p.m. Eastern, 9:45 p.m. UK. Make sure you turn into that. Thank you for coming today, and hopefully we'll see you next week.